think Elevate can turn up just a little bit. We'll take a look as we get into game number 2. P's and B's on their way. Game number 2, Elevate versus Cloud9.
At the start of the game, who is going to be first pick is the question. It'll be Cloud9 this time round, so they're going to get the opportunity to choose it for themselves. What they want first, basically.
All right, so I think they're going to ban Serket, Isis, Janus, Janus, Khepri, Hou-Yi, Sun Wukong, Xbalanque, and Neith. Am I going to be correct?
Say them again?
I can't. I don't recall.
You don't remember? You just said
I know I said
names.
Janus and Janus.
Okay, Serket, I expect a Hell. I'm going to say Serket, Hell, not Sun Wukong.
You don't think Sun Wukong?
Serket, Hell, Sun Wukong.
Well, Sun Wukong is the second ban.
Just beforehand.
glad you fixed
and the last
that
one will be Janus. There you go. There's a full band.
Option over to Cloud9. We'll see what they decide to take off the table. Don't forget, they are first pick, so their bans might be a little bit different. They opt to ban Khepri. So no Khepri on the side of JeffHindla.
Not sure why they would ban away Khepri this time around unless they're looking for a priority first pick here. The reason I'm saying that is because Khepri wasn't picked by either team last game. Why would they look to switch it up and potentially pick Khepri here when Elevate had the opportunity to do that last game and they chose Sobek?
It's interesting. Interesting thought process, and Janus is going to be picked. So neither Janus nor Janus banned out today.
So Janus gets through, going to go over to Stealth more than likely in the mid lane. His second most gone to God for the most part as well.
We'll take a look at Team Elevate. They're going to switch things up just a little bit. Mytherea is going to wind up in the support role in that long lane, and taking his spot in the jungle will be Unrelinquished. So Metyankey making the shift over to the hunter role. So Vesalius having a little bit of issues, I suppose, and we'll see Metyankey taking over. Glad to see Metyankey stick around. You know why?
Because he's a Yankee fan?
Well, there is that, yes. In recent baseball, there has been some victories for the man with Mets in his name, but that keeps the player count from Long Island at 3. You've got JeffHindla and Metyankey and
Jeff's
Baskin as
Jeff's
well.
Canadian. You talk rubbish. He's Canadian. We know that. He's a mountain man. Thor locked in from Elevate here, though. I like the call here to take that one away from andinster. It's one of his biggest go-tos all season long. Don't give it him if he can help it. And they managed to take it away here. Will allow them to potentially cause a few issues.
I like the Athena choice here out of Cloud9. Again, just able to set things up. And we've seen before, out of Team Solo Mid, when Snoopy played Janus, a taunt into a long-range ultimate. So it's there. It's possible.
I felt like Elevate had a shot this game against Cloud9, like I said just before we went into this game, but after hearing that they've done some role swaps because one of the members isn't going to be playing this game, I don't see that happening now. I think this one's going to be put to bed pretty quickly by Cloud9, especially with the composition they've drafted so far. It's going to be very difficult to pin down the Cloud9 lineup already.
Poseidon banned out by Cloud9. They don't want any burst out of the mid lane for Elevate. Osiris banned out by Elevate themselves. So Baskin with such a dominant performance, 11 kills and 17 assists? No repeat, please, says Elevate.
And Poseidon's a pretty good god for the composition that Cloud9 have drafted here. It shuts down all 3 of them from being able to do anything in terms of getaway. They can't use the portals, you can't use Rising Jaguar, you can't use Preemptive Strike. So taking away the Poseidon there just stops the opportunity of Whirlpool, Kraken combos coming out from Elevate, which would be one thing they're looking for. So they've gone for the safe option of Agni.
Agni, always a good choice. I never disliked this choice here. He just provides a little bit of everything you want out of a mid laner. He's safe enough to get away with the dash. He can provide a little bit of slows, or stuns rather, with regard to control from a distance even, as far as meteors are concerned. And of course, damage, exactly what you want out of a mage. Cloud9 rounding out their draft with Bellona and Arachne.
Arachne. Not seen an Arachne for quite a long time. I believe the last one we saw was andinster last time.
Yes, Andy does like to play this Arachne. I've seen him do it a number of times. Weekend as well has an Arachne. Captain Twig over on the side of Europe's Fnatic also likes to play Arachne. But again, but like you said, we haven't really seen a lot of her recently.
No, I think the only time we've seen her this season was Arachne played by andinster early on in the split. Probably week 1, week 2, week 3 potentially. Not seen it past then. Xing 10 also locked in though for Elevate here. That potentially means Sobek could be solo, but both of them could potentially solo. I expect it to be Sobek though.
And we'll take a look, and Xing Tien is going to be playing Mytherea, or Mytherea will be playing Xing Tien, and he'll be found in the support role. Scary D going to make his way into the solo lane. Sobek, Unrelinquished again, stepping in for Vesalius. He'll be playing in the jungle role, and that'll shift Mytherea over to support, which will shift Metyankey into the hunter role.
Now, the funny thing is, I don't mind. Role swaps, for the most part, is okay if they're going to have to sub in for somebody. But what you generally want to do is keep as many members of your team on your natural position as possible. We should have, in my eyes, I don't know what Mytheria's play is like on hunter is the big question here.
Sure.
Because Mytheria should have probably gone into the hunter role and left your normal supporting Metyankey on the support role. But they've not done that. I'm not sure what the reason is. Maybe Metyanky's hunter is better than Mytheria's. But having multiple people out of roles here after is going to be an even bigger impact on the team's communication and ability to deal with Cloud9.
We saw that issue turn up for European squad, Myrmidons, actually. They were missing one of their players, I believe, last week.
Yeah,
and
Jermaine was
Jermaine was absent, and virtually everybody was in a different position than we normally see. And that, it was a lot of the small inconsistencies that really spelt disaster for Myrmidons. A lot of the things, I mean, when you think about the amount of hours that these players play in their specific roles, of course, at this high level, everybody can generally play the roles, but to play a different role at this high level of play is a very different story.
A lot of respect coming out from Adoro in mid lane on this Agni as well. Starting off with an early beats here. He's worried about the full combo of an Arachne getting a good slow off on him with the web and applying the root, and then obviously you're going to see MLC Stealth follow up with a portal potentially. So if he can avoid the portal, he can beats that and Path of Flames away if required, just to stop the full combo of damage that could come out.
MLC Stealth meeting up with Adoro in the mid lane. MLC Stealth playing Janus. This is a character that has pretty much just been permanently banned, Hindu Man.
I mean, he does because of his amazing rotations. His late game is very, very strong. His ability to escape, it's not just his rotations, but his rotations come from the portals, as does his ridiculous mobility to get himself out of dangerous situations.
Very aggressive play coming out of Elevate's duo lane. They managed to bring Cloud9 to about half, both Jeff and BaRRaCCuDDa. Significantly wounded. Metyankey's at half, but Mytherea is still well above.
Cloud9 got a little bit punished that time round. They've both got decent potions though in this lane, so this could go either way. Keep an eye on what Mytherea can do on the Xing 10 to make an impact. But
Trouble.
is going to get a nice opportunity to get poison on both after a good taunt from Jeff.
Metyankey, a little bit below half HP, whereas on the side of Cloud9, potions, able to tick them up. We'll take a look at their builds real quick. No lifesteal on for either player. Direct build into Transcendence coming out from Cloud9's Hunter, whereas on the side of Elevate, a Bluestone into Boots. Still being aggressive. Mytherea looks for the root, unable to find it onto BaRRaCCuDDa, who dashes away.
Good pressure once again coming out from Mytherea on this Xing 10. It's making a big impact in the lane. It's actually evened up their health, their
Nice
HP
start.
regen. Because they both had potions, but there was one potion advantage for BaRRaCCuDDa. It may not seem like a lot, but one potion can make a big difference.
Exciting stuff here in the solo lane. Scary D versus Baskin.
Well, Baskin can't do anything because he walks forward, he gets flipped. So Scary D's like, well, you want these minions? You want these minions? You want? No! You're not having it. You can get the experience of goal by standing there. You're not going to get the last hit there.
Taunt coming out of JeffHindla. Nothing really to follow it up with just yet. But dashing forward nonetheless is going to be BaRRaCCuDDa. He gets flipped. He gets hit. Now the flip from Xing Chen, the way that works, since we don't normally see a lot of this character here, he's relatively new to the SPL. The way Xing Chen's ability works that you just saw, it'll knock a character up, and if he hits it with the second hit, there's 2 hits on that, the character will actually get rooted as well.
And
you have to aim the root as well, but look at this andinster coming around the backside this time. Mytherea not aware of it, and neither is Metyankey just yet. He'll know now as the spider does apply that poison tick damage. He should be able to bring him down for first, but BaRRa will get credit. But BaRRa's going to fall in trade to Mytherea, who's now isolated himself in a world of hurt, and there's no rotation coming.
The babies are taking Mytherea's HP down. He turns around and hits with a furious roar, but couple of hits out of Andy will spell trouble. Rotation out of Janus, but there's a Thor in the air as well. Unrelinquished looking to punish Cloud9 for being so aggressive. He lands on 2. The support has died. MLC Stealth in some trouble. A basic out of Unrelinquished, but Andy's on the wall looking for the kill. Stunned. Basic. Andy gets the kill on Unrelinquished. 3 kills for Cloud9. A single for Elevate.
Unfortunate communication issue from Elevate there. When Unrelinquished is in the air, he had the opportunity to pick a target. He could have chosen the double target, which would have allowed Adoro to get a lot of damage off on them with the Agni.
Right.
Unfortunately, he chose a single target of Janus. I guess he was looking for all 3 potentially as a sort of a greed play. In the end, everyone escapes and they end up paying with their lives for absolutely nothing.
Scary D takes a whole wave out with a single, well, largely a single ability.
Needed to. He's got back. He's just going to be able to walk over now and do his blue buff for relatively free now. One contested by Baskin.
Wave going to be cleared out by Baskin as well. No minions on the tower, so full gold for that wave. Cloud9 here, taking the mid Harpies. Aduro wants to do something about it. He'll get a good stun and a flame wave, but that's about it.
And this game all began over in the duo lane, and it's all because of Elevate being so aggressive on the Xing Tien and the Hou-Yi combo. Because they're going so deep and being so aggressive, Cloud9's duo lane called out andinster. And when Andy, these guys are constantly coming in and being aggressive to us every time we come to a wave. Come over for a rotation, because they'll probably do it again this wave. So Andy does,
Oh, yeah.
and Cloud9 really capitalizing it with 3 kills.
Xing Tien here in the jungle. No blink just yet, so he's not going to get a real surprise initiation. Plus, JeffHindla, I think, spotted him out. No, he didn't. JeffHindla dashing forward, grabs Metyankey with a good taunt. Metyankey at about half HP. Mytherea's here looking to make things happen. Ultimate is being channeled, but here comes another member of Cloud9. Metyankey takes out BaRRaCCuDDa, but BaRRaCCuDDa falls down to the rotation. Unrelinquished is in the air. He's going to land by himself. Stun misses on a JeffHindla, but Berserker's Barrage takes out a chunk of andinster's health. But the return hit is even stronger. Unrelinquished, barely alive.
Take it away. JeffHindla made the biggest play there. Dora's in a lot of trouble here. Has to beads to get a Path of Flame off and get away. We expected that with that beads usage. But JeffHindla made a big impact in that fight there. When andinster came in, Darkest Night was used, and he knew andinster was in the correct position to be in. So ulted onto him to get himself in a better position to get the dunk damage off the moment that we saw, I was going to say Basilius lands, but it was Metyankey.
Baskin, due to the huge rotation Cloud9 dedicates to the left-hand side, Baskin actually goes ahead, cleans out a little bit of Elevate's jungle.
And andinster's been involved in all 5 kills now. You can see that all the action's pretty much been over on this duo lane side. No real issue with Scary D on this Sobek up against Baskin. They're quite happy to let them farm up. The mid laners, well, they're getting involved over in the duo lane. The action's not happening in the mid lane as much, but because of all the aggression that's coming out from both teams in the duo, is why we're seeing all the action over there. I
3 on 3 in the mid lane.
suspect if we see one more fight like that, we'll see a Gold Fury from Cloud9. If they win it again,
Right.
as they have done, it's potential for a Gold Fury now, especially now that Arachne's started to get core worked online. She's got full boots working on that rotates.
Arachne has seen a couple of changes in the past. Almost strong play at a Metyankey. We're seeing a lot of these ricochets. They're getting better and better, Hindu. A lot of players are putting time into this Hunter.
Well, but the biggest issue with Hou-Yi to begin with was the ricochet and its positioning on the walls, because the walls on the Conquest map are not absolutely straight and perfect.
Right.
They're all jaggedy, so it's learning those corners that are good for you to be able to, find the opportunity to get through. Notice how Metyankey was forced to use the ultimate, so use the ultimate there, and andinster used his in response, and ended up winning a nice little trade thanks to Jeff's taunt, but Jeff was the one that got the most impact there. But yeah, the walls with Hou-Yi. Once people worked out exactly where the angles were to be able to hit the correct shots, the plays have started coming out. It's turned into a pool game playing that god now.
And it's so exciting to watch too.
There's nothing better than seeing a triple bounce connect. There was one in Challenger Cup that Zatman did once that was just disgusting.
I remember, yeah, that
That's off of Ymir wall.
came off of the Ymir wall, jungle Ymir. Here in this game, though, it's a 3-on-2 fighting over these mid camps. And they're trying to make things happen. In comes JeffHindla. Mytherea gets taunted into a shield wall. Any follow-up damage? Down he survives. He falls through the portal, but he lives to see another day. Unrelinquished in the air.
Jeff. That's the big key here. Will he go for Jeff? Will he go to the backside where there's a re-engagement starting to happen here? As Baskin's made a rotation now. He's going to look for the squishier target in andinster, but andinster's got to be able to sustain up quite nicely and continue duking away with Baskin in support here. Andy should be able to get out.
And he gets credit for Unrelinquished. Great dot. Scary
Usage.
D chases Andy, and Andy walks right on through a portal. Baskin's here taking on 3. I think that 4. Scary D flips up Baskin right into some damage from Adoro and some control from the support. But
Look what
excellent
Stealth did
portal.
Stealth had absolutely no mana. He threw a portal down to get one guy out. Stuck around there instead of recalling. Used auto attacks and the minions just to farm a little bit while he was waiting. Put another portal down and got his other teammate out. Nice work from Cloud9, good communication.
And that goes to show you what Janus has as far as strengths are concerned. 2 separate sides. You've got the raw damage that comes out with the unstable vortex, and even through space and time, I am sure that we'll mention those abilities at some point later on in the broadcast. But right there, we saw the utility that comes out as well, able to really save teammates.
I notice what they're doing to Mytherea here. They're trying to bully the support out first of all. If they can get that ultimate, there's nothing that he can do in response other than buy beads to try and get away from the Athena taunts. All they're looking to do is try and put pressure on him, force his ultimate away and get him out of the fight. But now Metyankey surrounded by 4 members. There's a through space and time, and there's a deletion by BaRRaCCuDDa, which will give him another stack of his passive.
BaRRaCCuDDa now with 2 kills on his clock, so that's a total of 10 physical power. He can stack up to 6, which is a large amount of power, honestly. Free? Well, I guess it's not free. You got to get kills for it, but...
Golfury does get reset there, though, but now with Unrelinquished in the sky, what exactly can he do? Where's he going to dunk down on? He was looking for JeffHindla, who's already ulted onto andinster away, and BaRRa's going to get credit on an isolated Adoro. Mytherea is back, though, to defend the Golfury.
I like this play. Unrelinquished runs and baits the enemy team directly into Mytherea, but Mytherea can't really do much. Just pancake flips and walks away. Uses the ult as well.
Spin to win, but you're not going to win like that, that's for sure. Unfortunately, the Golfury does stand, though, but meanwhile in the jungle, ScaryD's feeling himself a little bit, but he's up against 3. This could be a bit of a bad situation for him now.
Arachne is always so deceptive. She's got lifesteal built into her kit, a large amount of that. So when she's low, if she turns and burns, her health is going to go way up. So what looks like an easy kill, Hindu, is a lot of times not. Metyankey does wind up killing the spider, and BaRRaCCuDDa makes him pay. BaRRa takes down Met.
Elevate very deep into Cloud9's territory here, trying to go too aggressive. They're looking to fight consistently, and Cloud9, they're going to slowly keep winning these fights because they'll be coming back from base quicker. Even if they do die a couple, it should still go in Cloud9's favor here. They're still looking for the pick on JeffHindla as BaRRa takes out Unrelinquished in the backside now, and ScaryD, well, he's not got ultimate this time around through space and time misses, but with Janus on the way, Scary could be in trouble.
Could be.
Not going to follow up anymore. They can pressure mid lane, though. Golfury is also available here.
Important beads.
I do like one thing about ScaryD, though. His rotations this game have been a little bit quicker than Baskin's. Baskin was off to a flying start that last game with the very quick rotations over to the Jaw side of the map. This time, though, it appears Sobek's getting here first, which is helping them a little bit more and stopping Baskin from running away with it.
10 minutes on the clock, 10-3 read the kills. Cloud9 again find themselves in the lead here by about the tune of 2,000 gold. Very strong performance from Cloud9 in game number 1, and they're looking to repeat it here in game 2.
Looking to repeat it, it looks like they are slowly repeating it. I don't think see much of a way back for Elevate right now, especially the way this game's going, because experience-wise, we've not really looked at it. Can we look at the graphs and just see? I feel like Cloud9 have a really substantial lead for only 11 minutes in. Nearly 4,000 experience. The gold is a different matter, but 4,000 experience, and you can see where the difference is in terms of the teams.
Big grouping coming out of Cloud9. They're looking directly at the Gold Fury. Last time around, this team started this objective. They pulled off of it to add some kills into their kill column. We'll see if they decide to do the same thing. But no, the Gold Fury goes away. Cloud9 very quickly at that, putting themselves even further in the lead. And now they're looking for some kills. Xing channels the ultimate, tosses Jeff. Not too much.
MLC Stealth's on the way, and with Athena following up onto BaRRaCCuDDa, there should be a dead Metyankey. Meanwhile, look at Stealth just zoning away Xing 10 as they pick up the kill onto Metyankey on that Hou-Yi. Right inside though, Baskin 2v1.
Unrelinquished, pretty low. Teleport brings him nowhere, but Baskin misses the jump. A couple of basics will take down the Thor, but ScaryD popping up might be enough. It's just barely not, but ScaryD finishes it off with a sickening strike into a charged prey. ScaryD adds a 4th kill for his team.
Gave us small mistakes there. Thor couldn't jump to his hammer because it was inside a wall. When he did jump to his hammer, he juked nicely to avoid the Eagles rally, which was a bit of a misplay from Baskin, not connecting that one. And then because he misconnected that, he stuck around a little bit too long, had to use the shield, which allowed ScaryD to pick up the kill with Sobek.
Elevate now looking to capitalize off of that single kill. They're going to push down the right-hand side. It looks like solo lane tower will fall, so the first tower of the game goes to Elevate off of a single kill. Solo tower falls. MLC Stealth and friends in the mid lane. Looking for a kill onto Metyankey. And he's here. He's forced out via ultimate, and MLC Stealth, he tried to use his ult aggressively, and that might be a problem for him. He'll be able to get out of trouble with a single portal.
The ultimate there was more than likely to save andinster, but andinster had already used his ultimate defensively anyway. He could have got Andy out of that trouble. At the same time, as potentially if we saw Metyankey dive in onto andinster to continue the aggression, could have found the sniper and picked up the kill as well. So a bit of two birds and one stone situation there for MLC Stealth.
Take a look at the player damage, though, on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Yes, BaRRaCCuDDa leading it. But look who's number 2.
Yeah,
Metyankey.
Yankee's done good work. I mean, he's picked up 2 kills out of the 4 that his team have got. He's been trying to put out pressure from the early outset, which you've seen with the ricochets. For the most part, the ricochets have been pretty on good point. They've been connected with multiple targets. And that's one of the strengths of Hou-Yi, right? Is that he's 1v1 potential and jungle fight potential is very, very strong.
Yeah, when it comes to the jungle fight, because of the way those corridors work, there's just so many ample opportunities to get strong ricochets.
Doubles and triples, not lone
as
singles.
well. I mean, not even mentioning the ultimate when it comes to area denial.
Oh, though, but you see Darkest Night was used by BaRRaCCuDDa there looking for Yankee, and this is now rotated in as well. And the ultimate's coming over here as well. What's that blink for early? Because you know Unrelinquished was hovering, that was the issue. Look at that big defensive rotation from Cloud9 before Unrelinquished was even going to dunk in.
Xing Tien now in a little bit of trouble. Stunned out his Baskin, taunt onto the support. He's going to grab 3.
Down we go. Well, we
2
stop.
people.
Nobody knows. Andinster does pick up the pick on Mytherea there as Adora tries to dash back into tower, but Baskin is here. The bead is going to stop the Eagles rally from stunning, but JeffHindla will find the kill.
JeffHindla picks that one up. 3 members of Cloud9 here on the good side of the tower. And they're a little bit deep, but a quick portal solves that problem.
And now they can just turn to Scary D, who's been taunted in.
Scary D all by himself, surrounded by 3 members of Cloud9. Good portal gets 1 member out of the problem. And everybody else will just dodge the lurking in the waters.
You can see on the front side, Janus is quite happy to be there. He's not too worried about it. He can just turn around, poison, and pick up the kill. Jeff with a taunt to back him up there to secure it. There's 15-4. A teleport coming in again. Who's that going to be? Scary D's coming back to the fray once more. As BaRRaCCuDDa switches to mid and takes a tower, which I like the idea of because Elevate, you're just looking to fight, it feels, and Cloud9 like, well, let's keep getting objectives, guys, as we do this.
It's working out for Cloud9 thus far. They're leading this contest by about 3, 4, 5,000 gold, 4,900 on the side of C9 here today in their second game of a 2-game set. 15-4, they're leading by a bunch of kills as well. So Cloud9, well, everything's coming up Millhouse for this squad today.
And at the moment, it's almost like 50% a minute more experience that they're earning over the side of Elevate. 7,000 experience in 15 minutes in. Cloud9, they're going to be hitting level 20 at about the same sort of time you'd hope them to, which is around the 23, 24 minute mark, at least for 4 members of the team. If they can get that by level 20, get to that level at that time, it's a pretty good situation for them. And by that point, Elevate, we're probably looking at around 15, 16 if it keeps going the way it's going.
Still with the mind on the strategy. Sentry wards coming out of Cloud9's mid laner. MLC Stealth, that'll allow him to collect 50 gold for killing that ward.
Just start watching Elevate mid lane. They're just trying to get farm wherever they can now because the whole jungle's down. You've got 3 members farming at what they can in mid lane, but they can't push further past mid lane because Cloud9, well, they're the ones that are dominating this right now. BaRRaCCuDDa actually going to go quite deep in the left-hand side into the purple to probably drop a ward. Check the purple's not available, which it is at the moment. Sorry, which it isn't at the moment on that side. But try and push out this wave first. Gold Fury's coming up soon as well after, so keep an eye for this rotation. BaRRa might try and solo this now.
Scary D here looking at Baskin. Knocks him up. Well, that's going to be it for the soul lane. Mid lane seems to be where the party's happening. BaRRaCCuDDa's going to throw out the favors, and it's going to stun Adoro mid-dash. And an Agni without a dash is an Agni without a life. Adoro falls down in the hand of Andy, who picks up 2 and winds up with a double kill.
Oh,
nice bounce out of Metyankey will provide some damage, but...
Well, he's got himself pinned in a corner now with no leap away. Once those suns start falling and they waste away, Yankee will soon follow.
Cloud9, 1 kill away from 20, and Scary D just might be it. He's going to walk in the opposite direction, so no issues there for the Sobek. But Cloud9, they picked up 4 kills, and they're looking for a 5th, this time on an NPC, going the way of Gold Fury. So this objective will add a lot of gold to their coffers, and we'll take a look. 44,000 gold in total. That gives them an 8,000 gold lead above Elevate.
Tier 1 tower's going to fall on the left-hand side as well as 3 members of Cloud9 continue to push that in after the Gold Fury. Elevate, there's not going to be back in time for a response to that either, so slowly but surely chipping away at Cloud9. I love that portal from MLC Stealth.
Yeah,
those side portals are ones that you
knowledge.
don't realize until you've actually played the god and you're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, that's the superior map knowledge that, you know, Janus players really need to have. If you notice, actually, even if you look by the engagements that we saw towards the mid-Harpies Hinduman, you'll notice that the portals coming out from Janus or MLC Stealth in this case were always the long-range portals. They weren't just short from one side of the wall to the other. They were from the entire side, which, if you look, it's very difficult to really pull off. You have to get the exact spot correct to really get that long-range portal.
Yeah, I agree, because if you go any further than the exact long-range spot, it's not going to like
you get the small sliver
in the first place. So causes a little bit of a problem for you there. But Cloud9 now, with the Gold Fury down again, you can see Mytherea trying to contest his purple buff, but getting pushed away by the dual laner Cloud9. And this is a good performance from Cloud9 again. It's been relatively easy this game for them, but this would be a good thing to sort of warm them up ready for the weekend. I keep mentioning this TSM game because that's where they would probably have been looking before this game even started anyway, as the big game of the week for them. To have to defeat TSM and try and take, you know, that third spot position potentially away.
Blink forward is Andy looking for a kill onto Adoro. Gets the stun. Adoro takes a hit. JeffHindla gets credit for that. Xing Chen, highlighted by Mytherea. He's surrounded, but here comes the incursion from Scary D. BaRRaCCuDDa left alone on the left side of the map. The rest of his team will fight here in the middle lane. Metyankey falls to the bolas.
Keep calling Vesalius because I'm expecting it to be that, but no Elevate using the sub. So Unrelinquished in the jungle here. The fight in mid lane still continues. A good taunt from JeffHindla there, followed by a portal. Will bring down the kill and keep Stealth alive for a second. You can see Xing trying to do what he can, but all he can bravely do is run away as the sledgehammer comes down on the back of his head from Baskin. Stealth gets himself a double.
MLC Stealth with that kill winds up with a 4-0-12 slash line.
SFG.
Only 4 kills on the side of Elevate, and they're, well, mostly spread out. BaRRaCCuDDa finds himself with 2 deaths, but everybody else either 0 or 1. So Cloud9 looking very strong in this situation. They're going to go directly to the Fire Giant.
This is like a rinse repeat of game 1 here, Tom. They got the opportunity to go to the Fire Giant straight after a big win. They're going to bring this down and then look to push down 2 Phoenixes, go back to base, take the Gold Fury again, and then push the last Phoenix. I'm calling it now.
Elevate, show up. They're trying to clean everybody up since everybody's generally low. Metyankey's here, a good ricochet. Really cripple MLC Stealth. Opts not to, but Adoro does wind up taking out andinster. Long range through space and time will push Adoro out of the fight. BaRRaCCuDDa gets JeffHindla channeling on him. And Metyankey's going to be taunted, but a good beads prevents anything else from happening. Down comes Unrelinquished with the Thor ultimate, and now he's behind enemy lines. He channels, but it's not enough. And JeffHindla gets another kill onto Unrelinquished. Baskin shows up. Baskin puts Adoro into the ground. The second kill for the solo laner. Xing Chen groups up 2, tosses him aside.
Toss him aside, but doesn't toss him into any sort of damage because it's only Sobek there. Stealth's going to get himself out of trouble as Yankee has to leap away, as does Mytherea. The Suns are used defensively to stop the chase, but Baskin and Stealth won't stop now. They're going to wait around the wall, and look at that over the wall from Stealth with the unstable Vortex.
2-on-2. MLC Stealth making it a 2-on-3. Unstable Vortex hits Mytherea for a whole chunk of life, and Baskin gets that one. Scary D barely alive, Heavenly Agility, everybody's chasing. JeffHindla looking for the kill. There it is, shield wall. Down goes Scary D.
They gave that over to Jeff. Did you see Baskin stop?
Yep.
Baskin was
Baskin
chasing.
backed.
And then just like, no, give it me, I need to catch Incon. I need to catch Incon. That's the issue. 7-0 and 18. I guess he's after MVP. Is that what he's after? Because of his tagline? He's 7-0-18 right now.
Anything's
on support
possible.
Athena. Maybe he is. That's what it was.
Cloud9 aggressing onto the middle Phoenix. BaRRaCCuDDa focusing on the objective. The rest of the team pushing forward into the enemy base to provide space for their hunter. BaRRaCCuDDa here is pretty much the dedicated tower killer. The rest of the team will focus on either killing the wave of minions or the wave of players as they barrel in here to the aggression.
But Baskin does take out Adoro on the backside. Is Thor going to come down is the question? Yes, but he's aiming for that frontliner in Baskin, who's very, very tanky and unable to be killed. Phoenix does fall down. Stealth portals over, looking for damage on Yankee, which he finds. Good taunt in once again from JeffHindla. Is going to support him for another kill. And now the boys of Elevate, they're going to get pushed back to the fountain as the 5 of Cloud9 pushing for the potential win.
Already starting onto the Titan.
Bye, Baskin.
Cloud9 looking for more, but Mytherea turns around, makes sure the solo laner goes down for the count. Chaos Titan down to about 50% HP. And it's doing work. There's no more minions in the base, which is an issue for Cloud9 going forward. They need these minions to tank up just a little bit. Otherwise, Elevate will be able to take them out while the Titan beats down on the players. A great taunt out of JeffHindla.
But can they follow it up? The up-down comes out from Mytherea. He leaps away with the flips, but Andy's chasing down with the spider, but still BaRRaCCuDDa with the Ebola virus will pick him up. Titan is almost at 50% health here as andinster did pull aggro there. Jeff's tanking it with fire minions coming in as well. Can Elevate hold on? Well, they've got 4 members alive this time around. Jeff will get ready for 1 and trade. For Cloud9, well, they take this series 2-0.
Another 23-minute victory. Cloud9 really taking off the gloves in this one, Hindu man, and absolutely laying waste to Elevate.
Elevate, to be fair, they came out game one, looked pretty good. They had some good signs of life early on in the game. Brought it back to Cloud9, but Cloud9 just on a different level today.
Yeah, I mean, that performance right there, Cloud9 really stepped it up. And Elevate, just a little bit of momentum lost. As you said, they started off game one singing a much different tune, but unable to carry it in game number two. Cloud9 just comes and pretty much sweeps the entirety of the game, all starting in that long lane out of the hand of BaRRaCCuDDa.
And it was more andinster's rotation here from the support of his teammates telling him to come over. I'm certain they were on comms going, yo, come over, because they're being so aggressive with the Xing 10 and this Ho-Yi. And look at the punishment that ended up on their side. Look how aggressive BaRRa was the moment he knew that Andy was in support in the backside, and they didn't know about it.
Yeah, just immediate. We saw the stun out of there, so some upside. If you want to find an upside, you can hear you can hear the. Or I'm sorry. If you want some upside, you can see the ricochets coming out of Metyankey. So those were fun to take a look at. But even more fun to take a look at is the rarity. You know what, Hindu? Who's our player of the game?
I don't want to give him player of the game, no, because they gave him kills.
All right, I'll give him player of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Long Islander, JeffHindla, support player for Cloud9. He's going to be your player of the game, 8-1 and 21.
He died. He doesn't deserve it anymore.
That's a single death.
Like, his team gave him all the kills here. You can see it when he got that kill towards the end there where Baskin gave it for him. To be fair, though, JeffHindla played fantastically. Multiple taunts on big targets, forcing beads. His Athena ultimates were one that we used very, very aggressively, not defensively at all. You can see that multitude of times over in that duel lane when the aggression was up. But look at the big two-man taunts consistently, and he ended up getting himself quite a few kills because of it as well.
Attention to detail for JeffHindla, really figuring out the small situations where, a lot of times when it comes to Athena, it's look at the huge taunt into the tons of damage. But really what we saw, again, was the aggressive ultimates. And JeffHindla, we saw it in the last one. You'll see many times in this highlight reel, the dash just come out, not just for the damage, but for the slow that it provides onto the opponent.
And you can see he was involved in 29 of these kills during this game as well. And you could look at the scoreboard at the end, and there was 30 kills! And he was involved in 29 of them. The only one he missed out on was the one he died on. No, not true, but still.
Well, let's take a look at our top performance to see where Jeff and the rest of his team lie. And there it is. Another support finds his way to the top of the charts. Alpha Draft, your place for daily fantasy esports.
And a good performance from Cloud9 overall, because they've switched that around completely. Baskin, MVP last game, he was the one at the top of the Alpha Draft for them. Next game, he's at the bottom for the team, but still a good performance from Cloud9 as a whole. It shows they're working as a unit.
Exactly, and that's really an exciting point for these teams as they go on and take the next step. And we'll actually talk to BaRRaCCuDDa today as he tries to take the next step and finish out this season on a positive note. Congratulations on your wins, Barra. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing amazing. How about you guys?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for your performance. It was a pleasure to watch. Now, talk to me about that last game. JeffHindla winding up on top. Just bare honesty. Did you guys give Jeff some kills?
No. Honestly, I didn't know Jeff was in the game. I thought it was Incon most of the game.
Wow.
And then, I just heard his voice occasionally. I was like, wait, this is actually Jeff. Why is he taking all of my kills? This doesn't make sense.
Occasionally? Doesn't Jeff speak all the time in comms? That's what I've seen on stream anyway. He's always talking.
Well, because he talks so much, you just kind of tune him out eventually. And it's just this steady stream of me just ignoring whatever he's saying. Because he was like, be careful in lane. Barry, be careful in lane. I'm just dashing in every wave, so yeah.
So you guys 2-0 elevate here, and that's going to be a good look going forward. But you're not out of the fish tank just yet. You got to take on Team Solo Mate later on, and you guys are trying to do the best you can as far as standings are concerned. Do you have any specific plans for TSM?
Destroy them.
You just destroyed them.
Besides that, yeah, we just beat them.
Sounds pretty confident. Now I'm going to ask you the flavor question. Do you think you're going to destroy them?
I hope so. After me saying destroy them, if we did, that'd be kind of embarrassing.
A little bit. So you guys have the land in your eyes. You struggled a little bit early to, some unfortunate losses for you guys. But here, as the season draws to a close, you're really turning things up. Where do you guys see yourself as far as the super regionals are concerned?
You mean standings going into it, or
yeah? Where do you think you're going to wind up?
We're shooting for third place. That'd be awesome if we get third place going into the LAN. If we don't, it's not really that big of a deal. But for us, the standings don't really mean too much because we think pretty much everyone in NA that's going to the LAN is going to be difficult. If we're on the Envious side of the bracket, if we're on the Eager side of the bracket, they're pretty much the same. They're both extremely difficult opponents. So there isn't whoa, we hope that we lose against TSM, we hope that we lose against Envious or win. Like, we're just going to play our best and kind of see how it goes.
Now, you guys as well with your communication, you can see that Baskin's come on the roster for this split, and you guys, we saw in the alpha draft points there that you swing it backwards and forwards in terms of who gets up all the points and the KDAs and such, and it looks like you're a big unit this year. Talk to us about how it's been with, Baskin coming onto the roster, and did you have to make any adaptations compared to when you used to play with Omega?
We kind of changed our strategy in the beginning of the split. We adapted AFK style in the beginning of the split, which is camping solo lane, as pretty much everyone who's watched my game realized that we were like helping Baskin every way we could, and basically we wanted to build his confidence up, like realize that he can pretty much destroy anyone out there, which he showed at the previous LAN. Like he was just playing like balls to the wall, like super aggressive. And besides like that playstyle, we haven't really had to make like too many adaptations. Like he himself he's just improved so much, because right when we picked him up, like he couldn't really play Warriors that well.
Right.
And now like you watch those last two games, like he's just in their face like the entire game, and he also rotates a lot more than Omega, so that's a good adaptation for us.
Yeah, those are two big takeaways that we definitely saw. I mean, game one, we saw the Osiris come out, and he was rotating at maybe 15 minutes, if that late. So a big adjustment coming out from Baskin. Thanks for joining us, BaRRa. Is there anything you want to say to anybody at home or elsewhere?
Definitely. I love the fish tank. I love all our fans, my parents, my girlfriend, well, the rest of my family. I guess that's kind of rude to leave out my brother and sister, and the troops. Definitely. Thank you, troops. Thank you, Omega. He's a world champion, in case anyone knows. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks so much. That, of course, is the hunter for Cloud9, BaRRaCCuDDa, joining us as him and his team take down Elevate 2-0 here in North America. Fantastic stuff coming out from both NA and EU today, and the change of those two games will actually change the standings. We'll be able to take a look at how North America lines up in just a couple of minutes, but why don't we talk about the implications of those?
Implications of this means that TSM on Sunday versus Cloud9 is a big impact match for both those teams. We always keep talking about the standings, guys, and it's because 4th position in the SPL will end up facing off against first seed potentially if they can get through the first game, because first and second will get buys and be split up across the bracket. Well, so will third and fourth, and fourth will have the unfortunate task of having to go through number 1 seed, whereas third, well, it doesn't mean that number 2's easier, but you wouldn't want to go against the team that's top of the shop.
And look, right there we see the swap around. Team Solomid previously in third with the 2 wins that Cloud9 earned today. They wind up 14-10 as opposed to 13-11 after they lit up Elevate, who wind up 4-20.
And if Cloud9 split this against TSM and TSM split it back against Cloud9, that means the whole Week 10 game is going to be big, because it's going to base off how those two do against their obvious opponents that week.
Yeah, don't forget, you guys can go to alphadraft.com right now and figure out who you think are going to be on the top of those charts later on. And of course, if you're correct, you'll wind up lining your pockets with some real money thanks to your own esports knowledge. So take that to the bank and see what you can do with it on alphadraft.com. And that will just be a part of tomorrow, as we've got a lot of games headed your way from the SPL itself. We've got 2 European and 2 North American. Any ones that you're specifically looking at for Saturday?
Nothing specific for Saturday, but Sunday. Sunday is where I care about. There's going to be some big games then. Match of the week on Sunday, Paradigm versus Fnatic. The 2 teams in Europe vying for this 2nd position. It could be either of them that could take this one. And honestly, it's going to be a bloodbath, I expect.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be extremely, extremely violent. A lot of kills. I expect a lot of longer games.
Probably not for the first 20 minutes. There will be the kills, and there'll be a lot of kills afterwards if he used anything to be known by. So
that said, they've really walked away from it. But more importantly, taking away from it is these 2 teams have been together for a long time, and that's what's going to make those games even more exciting to watch. And like they've been together for a long time, maybe you and your friends have been playing Smite for a long time. And with that, squad up. Hashtag squad goals. Join your friends this weekend. You'll be able to earn double the favor, double the worshippers, and double the experience for your account. You'll be able to quickly level up either your account or your gods as long as you and your friends are playing together.
All the doubles.
Yep. Doubles. And if you roll doubles, you get out of jail. We'll see you tomorrow right here at 1 p.m. twitch.tv/SmiteGame. We'll catch you then. See you later.
How did you get out of jail rolling a double?
Monopoly.
From around the world will be representing the best of the very best in Smite esports. These teams won't just be competing for the prize money, but for the beautiful Smite World Championship trophy and title of the best Smite team in the world. Everything you see right now is because of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for some Smite?